And one.
Where's the one?
I said and one. And we're live.
Yeah, like you counted 5, 4, 7, 8, whatever the fuck, and then you gave us like a 10-minute pause and then one.
I'm
I
still
can't
at
work in
3.
these conditions. This is not what I put on my riser when I signed on to do this shit.
Well, send me an email with 5 things you've done this week, and we can talk about it.
The week hasn't even
Darth
started.
Vader mug. I like that mug.
Oh, we got time change next weekend. I forgot about that.
What does that mean?
Huh?
I thought we weren't doing that anymore.
Apparently we are.
Time is a fucking time isn't real.
Anyways, Chug immediately with your knitting granny in the backyard.
The fact that it looks like both of you is chef's kiss. Anyways, welcome to Sunday Night Random Storms here over at the Disorderly Decisions channel. As you can tell, we're disorderly as always. So I would say we're in rare form, but this is pretty much the basics over here. How's everybody doing tonight? Players and chat.
Doing good.
Pretty
My
good.
head.
Pretty
I
good.
don't even have.
As good as can be expected when you work on the weekends.
Yeah, see, when I'm president, nobody was going to be allowed to work on weekends.
Make it
Good
a
call.
4-day work week too.
I might just add another day to the week, so like we could all set just like 3-day weekends always, and then that way nobody can you know,
Complain.
yeah, nobody really can complain. You still have your Monday through Friday, but then we'll just have Saturday, Sunday, and Vader's Day.
Good call. I like the
Is
name.
Vader's Day going
Yeah,
to be an
that's it.
8th day of the week, or is he going to take over a day of the week?
I think I'm just gonna get rid of a whole month to make room for multiple Vader's days. Because like the holiday shouldn't subvert a Vader's Day, so if it's like a Memorial Day, there should be an additional holiday day for Vader's Day, if you know what I'm saying. So like we'll just get rid of a month. I say let's get rid of March.
Cute, then I won't be alive. Get rid of a day that none of us have a birthday.
February's cold.
I think if you get rid of February, it won't affect the
get
weather.
rid
I don't
of
have-
February. Yeah, 'cause there you go.
not gonna address the fact that we are all. Anywho, I hope everybody
like
is having
turtles.
a great. I like turtles a lot, and I hope that guy still likes turtles. Well, again, welcome back to Sunday Night. We're having a blast already. You guys want to recap of what we did last time?
Yes, please.
All right.
I think it's been a week.
It has been. That's how time works, apparently.
But once we had Vader's Day,
Yeah, but when we have Vader's Day, time's gonna go real weird. Well, last time we finished our battle with the beast beneath the keep. Or should I say, the beast. Plural. Beneath the keep. A multi-headed monster seemed to have replicated a bunch of other monsters into another multi-headed monster that descended upon your young sorcerer, almost gobbling her up. But with a few pew-pews from her lightning fingers, she was able to keep on the run and keep out of harm's way before Restig was there to rescue her, and Zurag to come in and claim the kill, slicing all 5 heads of the beast off in succession with his outrageously powered great axe.
Merc was in the room.
Merc was also there. I believe he did 7 points of lethal damage, I remember him saying.
He was there.
But man.
helping.
That stalactite from the ceiling, it's still there.
We're gonna have a fight in our keep one day. Merchant will be like, I remembered. Hit it.
But after you finished that battle, you were gifted the keep by the Hunt Lords, as well as the title of Hunt Lords. You signed yourself or pledged yourself to this keep so that should the inevitable death befall you, your souls would return back to this keep and be bound here forever. In servitude of what? That remains to be seen.
Death does not do his part.
Death does not do you part. The bell doesn't release you. I do. And you guys immediately, after washing the grime off you, woke up on your first day of being the new Hunt Lords of Nonar's Hold, and spread out, immediately trying to get the infrastructure up and running in this place, finding out what resources and what people you could have to help you push this town in a different direction, a town away from the spooky stories of the haunted keep that held the Hunt Lords that would go on these spectral hunts every night at nightfall. That story has changed as those Hunt Lords are no longer around, and you guys are. You found a few people who own the only, like, we'll call them quote-unquote businesses in town to sit on your council, or at least to speak with you about these matters. And then I gave you a devil's bargain. Adelaide, throughout most of our campaign, has been searching and claiming bones because I told her if she collected 1,000 bones, I would give her some. I would let her summon something really cool. So I made the devil's bargain, and this monster's room full of bones and decayed remains of all different types of animals. Hey, spend 2 days here in game, and I'll give you the bones that you need. Immediately, Adelaide starts salivating at this opportunity, begging the party to please stay in town. All the while, the Uthgardt warriors are marching towards their possible final battle, as well as the fact of the livelihood of Restig's parents still hung in the balance. All these threads pulling you this way and that way. But you guys decided to pump the brakes a little bit. Stop rushing so much. Spend some time, and also open this newfound keep plus town that you're now in charge of? ? Bring in some new residents in the form of the Uthgardt warriors who had been dislodged from their homes. You sent out animal messengers to try and locate them and get them to come this way instead of their continued path. And spent most of the day after all that just really discussing the logistics with the town. So we'll begin our session today the day after that. It would have took you all day pretty much to really talk about town stuff with the people of Nonar's Hold. Whether or not you talked with everybody or you just talked with those select few that you found, I'll leave that up to you guys. And before I even progressed and we get into this, is there anything that you guys wanted to discuss the night previous, or can we move into the next day and you guys can discuss what you want to discuss then?
You know, I'm sure there would be a good thought, but I've been put on the spot, so now my brain's like, I've never thought before. Never done this before. Merc would try to see if we could, because if I understand the other town we're going to, well, the inn we're going to, that is more or less in the same hex, right?
No, it's going to take you guys the better part of a day. I mean, you guys will be traveling by horses, presumably, those who are going. So it'll take you about half the day to get to Calling Horns. Calling Horns is essentially like Donar's Hold in size. It's considered a village, but it started out as just an inn, and then it grew from there.
So I think Merc would, the night before, at least want everybody to find a horse or a mount. If Bluey hasn't returned, Bluey 2 will be selected.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna, when we were going on our way, you were gonna call for him, and that's why you were coming. Her.
No. Merc wouldn't wander the wilderness for Bluey. It's not Skettles. It's not Skettles.
The bond hasn't been cemented yet, but we'll get.
Yeah. We also have bones, and so Merc would probably grind up some silver we have to do that ceremony to put to rest that revenant so it doesn't haunt our keep.
Okay, well, that's something that's going to take some time. And that's something that you probably would be doing if you were to stay here. You wouldn't have had time over the discussions and stuff of the day prior, unless you just completely excluded yourself from it.
No, you wouldn't have.
I don't know if having proficiency in Smith's tools would help the situation of destroying silver into powder, but Resic is proficient.
I don't think it would.
Okay.
No, that's a problem to deal with at the other place. Then we'll hope they have a chapel.
Okay.
Those bones come with us.
Well then, let's pick up on the morning of the next day. You guys have had a full day where you had spoken with the people here, and now the sun rises on what would be the first full day of well, the second full day rather of the old hunt lords being gone. And as the sun arises, the mists that seem to permeate this area for the longest time seem to finally burn off, to a lot of the people's enjoyment and excitement. The town here for the longest time had held that very ominous and gloomy feeling. But as the sun shines on a new morning under the heads of the new hunt lords, it seems that the land around here is slowly starting to recognize the change in presence as well. If you remember when you guys destroyed that creature, both the creatures, I had told you that it felt like dozens and dozens of spirits were being lifted through the ground up into the air and disappearing before leaving a rather sense of calm. As you guys wake up one by one, still presumably staying at the inn. We'll go back to town map here. You guys are waking up to the sounds of just light activity. There's a sense of peace that goes through the inn itself. And then that peace is shattered when a bird flies right into Zurag's window. As a thud can be heard and a squawk that pierces through the relatively calm morning, Zurag, you awake with a start, and the sudden jolts and intake causes you to begin coughing. And as you do so, you spit out a huge loogie of just this unnatural looking globule of mess, and it smacks the wooden floor super hard as it falls down, and it seems to slide a few inches as your huge chest gave it some oomph as you shot it into the room. Even that bath that you had taken the night before or the day before, and maybe you took another one before you went to bed again, it just doesn't feel like you're clean. You look and your pillow has just like goo on it. It's just everything is gross. But you wake up and you all begin making your way into the main area. Merc, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh god.
Let's start strong. Are you? This book. Ooh, lucky number 13. See? Lucky.
So your room is a little bit down the hall from Zurag, and as Zurag kind of like stumbles out of his room, still wiping the sleepies from his eyes and still just like trying to make himself as presentable as possible. He just kind of like shakes a bit, kind of like a wolf would do. And as you come out of your room and you see just the top of him disappearing down the stairs, you go to catch up to him, and as you take that step, you start to slide, and you're sliding across the floor as you find that the ball of your foot is stuck in like this globule goo that must have come off Zurag, and you are sliding closer and faster to the edge of the steps, and right before you go to tumble, the glue wears out from the friction of the wood, and you teeter on the edge of the of the top of the staircase, but then you fall back on sured footing.
Merc just starts muttering, "It's following me. It's everywhere. It's followed me here."
Would you all join up in the the central meeting area of the inn? The morning is yours to do as what you wish.
I'm gonna clean the stairs.
Ugh.
Someone's gonna die.
Well, good morning, everyone. I guess we have to get ready to leave.
Yep.
Maybe they can get some horses from the stables. I don't remember the lady's name. Winry. Hopefully.
Yep.
So this would be our second morning waking up here?
Yeah.
So we would have gotten another long rest.
I'd like to click that button. Okay. Oh no, we're actually, yeah. Merc would go. I already have Bluey 2 ready. Bluey never came back.
Well, we'll just call this one Bluey, because we can't really know for sure, right?
Merc will go, well, when I summon another one, the first one goes away. It's kind of like killing them, isn't it?
Is that
I
how it
don't-
worked with Scuttle?
I don't know enough about magic to know whether or not that's true, Merc. But if Bluey never came back from the woods, she was probably living her best life. She probably went away happy.
Or she was the hunt of the night.
We were the hunt of the night. By the way.
I felt more like the hunter.
Well, but I think the hunt lords were occupied that evening, so.
Whatever it was, we did good.
We have a whole town.
Yeah. I nearly got strangled to death by a bear rug.
That must have been unbearable.
Oh, I did tell Jeeves to put that in your room, though, in case you
Oh.
want to gloat over it at night.
Well, maybe I'll put it by the door, and I can make sure that I'm gonna be okay, because whoever gets trapped in that's gonna have a bad time. Unbelievable.
The animal messengers I sent out the day before, would any of them have come back, or?
Not at least right now. You've been inside.
Adelaide's gonna send a couple of more, so she's gonna step out. To be like, is there any food in this joint? Can you get some for me? Can you order some if you see the innkeeper? I'm gonna step out and send some more messengers. So I'm gonna step out. Can I look if any of the birds ever came back, or?
Sure. Give me a perception check.
That's a 25.
As you're looking around, you don't see any of the animals that you sent out. I mean, it was just the day prior, and you know that it probably would take them at least a couple days to find the people that you're looking for. Over because you didn't know exactly where to send them, but you knew who to send them to. So they're gonna take some time. But as you step out and you're looking around, you hear like this little like peep next to you, and you look down almost directly by your feet. If you weren't so perceptive, you might have stepped on it. But you see this bird who's laying on the ground, clearly injured. And from the trajectory, you can see that this bird must have ran into a window and fallen here, and now something is broken.
I'm
flapped around and chirps in pain.
Oh. I'm going to pick it up, and then can I cast Speak with Animals? I think I have it. Do I have it? Yep. Speak with Animals and talk to the bird. I'm like, what happened to you, buddy?
It's like flapping, a little like. I mean, it's scared and it's hurt, so it's flapping. And just as you talk to it, it starts to settle down a little bit. But give me an animal handling. I'll say with advantage.
It's a 25.
The bird begins to settle down now, sensing that you don't really mean it any immediate harm, and it hears you kind of talking to it. You're cooing and like just whistling a little bit to be able to talk with it, and settles down, and it's kind of in a hectic, frantic type of way. Said it was fleeing. Their nest had been knocked from their tree and trampled underneath strange creatures.
Can I ask? Well, I know it's injured, but can I ask it to show me, or like give me a description of the creatures that knocked the nest down? And
The bird describes them almost like with feathered qualities, yet also scaled quality. And it like hops off your hand, and it does these like really like elongated steps, and like it's like really trying to mimic what it saw. But you see, like each time it like tries to do like a head motion or something like that, it winces in pain. Clearly, the wing has been broken.
I'm gonna pick him up again, go inside the inn, and let the group know. But would I know what the creatures are from the description?
From this description, let your imagination wander. Really, it's they walk on like they're bipedal. They the bird doesn't say that they have 4 legs. They're bipedal, but they have scales and feathers.
Okay, I'm gonna tell the group what the bird is telling me, and I'm gonna ask the bird to show me where the nest was at.
It's quite a ways out of town, the bird will say.
Okay, so I'll be like, okay, well, let's fix you up first, and then we could go see what's left of your nest and see if we can figure out what these creatures are. Were they just like knocking your nest down to be destructive, or
they were the birds like they were dragging big boxes.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell all this to the group, and I'm gonna try to fix or fix its wing.
How do you choose to do this?
Can I do medicine, or can I cast healing word or something like that? Or
You tell me what you want to do. You know that this wing is broken, so a medicine check probably wouldn't do anything for you. If you want to try to, you could try to split the wing, and it would take a natural amount of time for it to heal. Or you could.
I could do a healing word. Would that help? Oh, I don't have it. Wait, why did I have it?
Cure him.
Yeah, I'll do a cure once. I guess I don't have a healing word prepared.
Okay, well, I mean, it is the morning of a new day, and as you are a druid, you can prepare your spells.
Oh, cool.
So I would also take the time to do that. But yeah, easily enough. Sensing that'd be much more quicker to get this bird healed through magical means. You focus your magics, and what does this look like as you heal this little bird?
Just see her Adelaide like rub her fingers. How big is this bird again? It's a little.
It's no bigger than like a tiny little like titmouse.
Okay, I don't know
So
what
like
that is.
maybe the size of a baseball.
Oh, okay.
The
So
thing
you
that
just
had a
see.
nest on our front door.
Oh, okay. So she just takes the bird in one hand, and you just see she like rubs her fingers together, and as there's she just like touches the bird's wing and like strokes it while she casts the spell.
Yeah, you see the bird kind of winces a little bit and closes its eyes as your hand gets closer and it touches the wing. And with the talk with animal or speak with animal spell still going, that you can hear that little moment there. We're like, oh, oh. And then there's a nice little soothing, like purr type chirp that comes from it as they stand up on your hand, now upright and more healthy, and they kind of just flip their wings back and forth. And then they fly around your head a little bit, and then they just land on top of your head and give you little affectionate pecks.
Aw. What's your name, buddy? Does it have a name?
No.
Name thy bird.
I'm gonna call you Albert.
Albert. He puffs up his chest a little bit and flies around him once more, and then lands down and maybe starts pecking at some of the morning bread that have left some crumbs on the table.
That's my bread.
And murders the bird. Just a puff of feathers.
I will do my best to control the small weasel secreted on my person.
Yeah, it seems the it seems the food scraps that you're handling has its attention. One of your pockets is ferociously undulating as this stout is just wrestling with some of the food you gave it this morning.
Should we, by chance, I saw the use of your magic to make animal messengers. Should we let the Dryad know that we cleared the forest and let her know? Or do you think
Probably wouldn't hurt.
Or think she'd know?
At bare minimum, we could just kind of give her an update and be like, hey, if you ever need us, you're in Narnhar's hole.
She did a lot for us.
Well,
So, still need to repay that favor.
didn't that tree fellow bring back the message? Wasn't that what he was going back to do?
Yeah, but since we've not seen the tree fellow, we've almost ran into a dragon, got some kobolds out of the forest, and a salamander. Big one.
Well, that was what I was going to mention was... Didn't Adelaide just say this bird saw scaled feathered things? Dragging boxes?
Yeah. What do you think that's gonna be?
Were the kobolds we fought, did they have any feathered adornments on them? Okay.
No.
Do Adelaide's velociraptors have... Are they the feathery looking kind?
That's up to her.
Are they real velociraptors or are they big velociraptors?
You're muted.
They do?
I said you're muted.
I know.
Real
Yeah.
velociraptors would have had feathers.
Yeah, it's speculated in present discovery.
Oh, yeah, a lot of.
All right, well, they are then real
dinosaurs have it.
velociraptors with feathers.
Right and proper.
Ain't no Jurassic
Oh,
Park.
cool. Whew. They look like turkeys.
Gobble, gobble,
Gobble,
motherfucker.
gobble.
Turkey from fucking Satan.
Gonna have a
Stuff
bad
this. Turkey with a shotgun.
The proud velociraptor turned into that. It turned into the turkey.
Well, and the bird said it was a long ways into the wood.
Didn't say it was in the wood at all.
A ways away.
Oh, okay.
On a long shot here, Zurag,
Aye.
when you transform, are you scaly and feathery or just hairy?
Mostly just hairy. Can't say I've ever had feathers.
He's a were pigeon.
Crew, crew.
I'm walking here.
Well, maybe we don't put too much stock in what a bird says.
At the very least,
Well,
we should,
poor thing was wounded. Something happened.
we should hurry along, though. I don't. If there is something out there coming this way, best we get our business taken care of and come back quickly.
True.
Did the bird say the things were heading are like to where we are?
It's not smart enough to tell. It just said it was moving through, and they knocked over its nest.
If we really want to deal with it, we could just have the bird lead us back to the nest.
Or do you think we just chalk it up as one of the many things that's wandering this world and try and take care of what we need to take care of here so we can move on?
Louis.
I don't think Bluey had feathers.
Was Bluey carrying a box?
Bluey also doesn't carry boxes.
Well, I'm not opposed to taking an extra day to go to the next town over if we wanted to go check it out. This is our keep now. If something were to happen here, that would be a problem for us.
This ride will also give us probably a good idea of how far our farms go out. Be good to know that too.
If anything
Kind of
happens,
would like to know what's out here.
if anything happens, Zurich will be able to take it all on.
He's destroying everything in our path.
I don't know about that. Till I get a bump on my noggin.
We have a jelly cube. Like we have a Hulk. We have a jelly
We
cube.
have to Hulk. We can't control that thing.
Not yet. Merc is going to go. Genuinely, if someone says we can't control the gelatinous cube, you go. Well, in the Underdark, we have gelatinous cube riders.
So when we last left off, you guys were discussing both Adelaide and Zurag staying here. Zurag to stay here just in case that the Uthgarts got here quicker than expected. And Adelaide wanted to be collecting bones, which, if you remember, you need to spend 2 days doing so. The day before today does not count, so 2 days starting today.
Yep.
And then Ressig, Millie, and Merc, we're going to go on a ride over to Calling Horns to see if any shopping could be done.
Maybe get some kind of message out to the other towns nearby. Send out a letter.
Let them know that there's a new sheriff in town.
Yeah, that might be a good point of order, as Tribor would probably want to know of the new change.
Who to tax? So now I have the mental image of like the tax man showing up at the keep and like skeletal like wraith guy knights come out. They're like, "Sir, I don't care how many times you're gonna threaten me. You owe your tax."
Yeah. I don't care who you sold your soul to. You owe us 150 gold. Fine, take it. The camera shows the tax man, and it's a blonde elf man with long hair. It's all in a braid. It looks exactly like Resting does currently, just as a man.
Oh my god, that's why they hate him. No one likes the tax man.
She reminds me of him. His incessant wanting of coin. Yeah, that's the last thing they said when you guys cleansed them and claimed to keep. They're like, we're finally free of our tax obligations. The burden is yours. Here's your 1099.
It was true. The two things that are certain: death and taxes.
Taxes. And who knew that the former would follow you into the latter? Taxes.
Oh,
So is that still the case?
Yes.
Okay. Well, cool. Do want to do a little flashback of the day prior. You guys, after having conversations with most of the townfolk, listening to their complaints and proposing your ideas to try to make Noanar's Hold a better place, you eventually take time to walk around your new village. Ressig, you kind of go to the outskirts, making your way around the perimeter of your town. And while it's small and quaint, it has a nice natural border of the high forests to its back. You know, things inside the forest are not as friendly as they can be, you know, should you stumble upon the more deadly things in there. But you see that quickly that it does lack any frontal protection. There's no wall or anything like that. And you remember as you're walking around that the Hunt Lords pretty much kept things at bay here. Not only their presence and the hunts that they did, but the lore of this town, this village is essentially being haunted. Not a lot of people would come here unless they were willing to participate in the hunts, and even those who came here didn't know what they were participating in until they happened. So defenses are a little lacking, and you get the feeling that once the information that the original Hunt Lords are no longer here, well, it could open up Nonar's Hope for people to come poking around.
Do I see any evidence of, like, any well-traveled trails or anything that's actually entering into the high forest itself, or any evidence that the locals are harvesting from the forest at all?
Give me a perception check.
That's a 14.
It doesn't look like there's very many paths other than like a path that seems to lead to the river that runs into the high forest, but it doesn't go much further past that. You would get the idea that's probably where they come to collect water at times.
Oh, they're traveling out a bit to collect water. There's no like wells in town.
There are wells in town, but like people more on the outskirts are not going to go into the center of town, do you? They'll just go to the river. That's right in there.
What's the elevation here look like? I know, like, obviously the keep's probably on the highest point.
Yeah, the keep is on the highest point, kind of overlooks, but that's probably only about a 20-30 foot slope there. So you're not up very high here. You're down more of a dip from the hills that are around you.
There's going to be a whole lot of questions about town layouts, but
all right, well, we'll get into that. We'll get into that in a little bit. We're just doing these little flashback things here.
Okay.
Meanwhile, while Ressig is wandering the outskirts of that, Merc, maybe you're wandering around trying to find the sheriff of this town, and more times than none, when you ask, there's been a resounding, "That would be you, my lord."
Merc is just slowly rubbing his face, just face palming this entire montage.
While you're face palming, Millie, you're kind of moving about, searching, going to the general store, seeing what they have there, seeing if there's anything that kind of sticks out. Your basic standard like adventurers gear, and even the like selection is not very vast, as it's just a small little general store, and trade through this area has kind of been rough for the most part. Those who do trade leave and go do their trade elsewhere. There's not been a lot of people bringing stuff here. And as you are moving your way through the streets and you're making your way over to one of the farmers' houses to kind of collaborate with them, see what they grow and what's usually in rotation around here, you knock on a door. And from the inside, you can hear like, and like you pause for a moment, and as you go to knock again, the door swings open, and there's this farmer who is flushed white, beads of sweat pouring down his face, and he's like, "What is it? What do you want?
Is everything okay in there, sir?
Are you the nurse? Come in here, my wife's having a baby. He pulls you by your arm into the house and slams the door, where he brings you into a back room where his wife is on the bed in labor. There's a teenage girl there's trying to dab her cold cloth on her head, but that she doesn't know what the hell she's doing. And like you are thrust in front of this woman, and he's like, "You gotta help her, doc. She's turning blue." And like you can see, like her face, the woman's face is turning blue as she is struggling to have this child. What do you do?
Millie's just probably gonna jump into action because, like, when she was helping her parents in the clinic, she's seen stuff. She's been in there. She just hasn't done it in a while. So she's just like, all right, well, I'm gonna need you to breathe. Go, you know, the standard breathing technique. And she's just like, all right, we're gonna need this, 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 and this. Go get it. And, like, you know, tell, like, basically to the husband and the girl who's dabbing the cloth. She's like, we're gonna get you through this.
Yeah, you tell the husband to go get all this stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, okay." And then he just stands there, like in shock, just like watching his wife, who's like breathing. And at the same time, you both like look at him, and like, "No!" He's like, "Oh!" And he like
And
disappears
then-
from. Yeah, he disappears from among you. Just you're like, "Ting, ting, ting, oh, ah." And then he comes back in with like all this stuff in his hand. He's like, "Is this what you need?"
Yeah.
And he hands you all the stuff that you asked for, and then he's just like, "If you don't mind, I'm gonna pass out now." And he just falls back, and passes out. And the woman on the bed is just like, "Are you serious?" And she's like trying to breathe and stuff. And she's just like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I let him do this to me."
Millie's just gonna be like, it's okay, ma'am. We got this.
So you position the woman, and you see that it's it's time. Give me a medicine check.
I would say this would that be an advantage because Millie's done this before and with her parents' clinic?
I'll give it to you.
$14.
So you tell her, start pushing, and she starts to. And then you notice something. A little bit of blood. Baby's not coming out the way it should. And then a lot of blood. And then suddenly the woman starts to go white. And her breathing starts to get shallow. And if you don't get this baby out of there now, it could risk her life. What do you do?
Is Millie gonna do a C-section?
You tell me.
Good God. Millie's like, I wasn't prepared for this today, but here we go. she's gonna C-section this.
You're gonna see. Okay, give me another medicine check. This is a little bit difficult. I'm gonna take away that advantage because you've never done this before.
Am I allowed to guide it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, this would be the perfect moment to guidance yourself. But what do you do? What do you reach out to give you that guidance?
She's gonna start praying to her parents, basically, and her ancestors, and just be like, please, gods, please, family, get me through this. We need to get this woman, her and her baby, out, and then I can close her up, and then we can cure wounds on this, and we can call it a day.
Not what I was expecting when we became lords of a town.
So you
Millie's gonna tell him after.
you close your eyes for the moment, and you start to essentially pray. And you can feel like your hand shaking a bit. You've never done this before. You've never been a part of this before. That's okay. Keep that. And like you're trying to convince yourself that you can, and like in your mind, you start to become just like alone. It's just like you standing there, trembling, shaking. You can feel the presence of the woman there. But it's just like everything seems to like stop and stall for a moment, and then you feel a gentle touch like overlap your hands, and you feel them steady. And then you breathed in deep. Roll me that medicine check.
$21, so $25.
25. You make the incision along the underneath of the belly. You instruct the daughter to dab as much blood and keep the area as clean as possible. The dad is now woken up and he's holding the woman's hand. He's like booger crying, just like, oh, it used to be okay. It should be okay. And you reach in and you pull out this small little form. And for a moment, everything is quiet. And then baby starts crying, full lung cry. And there's a sigh of relief that just washes over the entire room. And you hand the baby to the mother, who immediately goes skin to skin. And while she's doing that, you fix everything down there. You cast Cure Wounds, and that slice that you made seals as if nothing was ever there. Everything looks okay. And the baby seems to be healthy. And the father's like, oh my God, she's beautiful. Oh, what?
To this time, the
And,
actual
like-
doctor knocks on the door.
No, this was you. Like, and your journey around town, you have noticed that there's really no clinic here. Like, this was about to be this woman's teenage daughter trying to help her give birth. And if you weren't here, it would have possibly cost not only the baby's life, but the mother's life as well. And they are ecstatic. And like the father gets up and like hugs you. And he's like, oh my, I can't thank you enough. I can't thank you enough. Look at her. She's wonderful. Isn't she, honey? She sure is. And they look up at you. What's your name, stranger?
My name is Millie.
Doctor?
Millie Alexo.
Millie. That's beautiful. If you don't mind, we'd name our daughter after you. Millie.
That's fine with me.
They thank you over and over again. The baby settles in, begins nursing, and satisfied that everything is going to be okay, you stand up and you walk outside. How does Millie feel at this moment?
Millie feels really good. She feels like a little bit like it's surreal, you know, having to do that kind of a thing. Like watching a child come into this world. Well, she's done it before. It's still a little, halfway traumatizing to see that happen.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I was, that's a lot.
I mean, it really is. I mean, think about it. Lately, you've been doing everything you can to make sure that your companions are staying far away from death and healing their wounds that are getting from these creatures and these people that meant to do harm. And this is the first time in a while that you were able to kind of step back into your shoes back home, like when you were with your parents and watching them take care of people. Good job. And as we fade away from that scene, we fade back into present day, where you guys are getting ready. Ressig, Merc, and Millie are getting ready to separate yourself from the remainder of your party for the first time in a while, since you guys were separated during the Grudhaug event. And before that, you guys were together for a long time. But you're not going very far. Just going to check in and coming back. Leaving Nonar's hold in the capable hands of Zurag and Adelaide. Is there anything you guys would like to discuss before you set off?
Well, for one, as he's like throwing the bags, like saddlebags over Bluey too, Merc will look over at the other two and go, "You wouldn't believe the day I had yesterday. It was so much. I had to go around to at least 3 different people."
Well, it's like you wouldn't believe
Sounds
my
like
day.
hell.
3 whole
I helped
people,
make a
Merc?
people.
Well,
I
I've decided that everybody else would be incompetent to be a sheriff.
I saw that this town needs a lot. And if we're gonna be gone, it needs something to protect it. It has no wall, it has no structures for defense other than the keep itself.
And the keep's got holes in it.
Yeah.
We'll definitely have to
We're
get
working
this
on that.
cleaned up.
Well, does anyone know any carpenters or masons or any professionals that you could send word to? Might take a long time, but this place has nothing.
I could get in touch with folk who might know somebody.
Well, hopefully they're a good sort of people who care about people over profit. 'Cause I think we're gonna need that.
I don't care if they care about people over profit as long as their work's good. I'm okay with paying somebody a fair wage to get a fair job.
Fair, yes, but gouging this town because it has nothing. No.
Yeah, you. I know who you're talking about. Resic
The
has no
character,
clue.
of course.
Yeah, the character has no clue.
Merely before leaving, we'll probably go over to Adelaide and Zurag and be like, hey, so this happened yesterday, and if you want to just pop in and make sure that family's doing alright, that'd be cool. Doesn't have to stay long, just make sure everything's alright. That husband seemed pretty rattled.
My face might
Can't do
scare that
that.
baby to death.
You don't have to go in, Zorag. I'll go in.
It'll be fine. I'm sure the children of your tribe weren't afraid of you.
Sweet
Yeah, a lot
face.
of them thought I was weird looking.
They'll think you're a teddy bear.
There you go.
What is this teddy bear?
It's a bear, but it's teddy, so it's teddy bear. Well, you'll be safe in your journey.
You guys too, watch out for the cube.
Yeah, maybe we can tame it.
Any severe issues, put the townsfolk in the keep and bar the doors.
Is there in the keep some kind of a bell or signal or anything of the sort to, like, there's trouble, come here?
No.
Add another thing to the list.
Mhm.
Need to find somebody to break up that diamond too at some point. Can't really use it that big, unfortunately. Well, I can, but it's a waste.
Merc will kind of tilt his head and ask a very important question. yesterday with your medical experience. Would you have used it if you had to?
I don't think I would have let it get that far, but if need be, it's now a member of our town. We have to kind of think about it like that. I don't think I would have gotten to it in time because I think Zureg had it.
Maybe you need to be holding on to it is a good idea.
All right, we ready to leave?
Yes.
Really do a handful of like motherly scolding. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't put yourself in danger. If you have a boo boo, clean it.
There you go.
Be
So, Millie and Ressig, I imagine you are atop horses. Merc, Bluey too. Okay. So you guys who are staying, Adelaide and Zureg, you watch as they venture out, and you watch as their forms eventually shrink down into the horizon and disappear out of sight, leaving the two of you here in this new town, which looks a little bit more cheerier than it did just 2 days ago. It'll take some time for the greens to come back to the grasses, but you can already feel more lightheartedness around. And people that are going about their day kind of stop and wave at you. What do you guys want to do for the day?
Adelaide's gonna head to the keep, but she'll stop and check on the baby. I guess Zureg's coming with me.
Yeah, I guess I was told to.
Yeah. So we'll go check on the baby, how they're doing, and then we're gonna head. Well, I don't know what Zureg wants to do, but I am heading to the keep after.
Okay. Yeah, baby is doing just fine. The family is as well. I thank you for stopping by. And Adelaide
Well-
heads to the keep.
Yep.
Zureg, are you going with, or what are you doing?
Yeah, his plan was to start helping Jeeves. He kind of feels bad for him because growing up he didn't really have many friends because he was different. Doesn't really think he should be treated that way. He's gonna help him out any way he can.
But you guys get to the keep, and the first thing you notice is that Jeeves is changed and washed, according to your instructions. The clothes he's wearing now, you could tell he probably had them packed for a special occasion a long time ago. So they're still not the best, but they're way better than what he was wearing. And as you guys come up, he pulls open the doors. Oh, good morning, my lords. How do you fare on this day?
Good. Good morning, Jeeves. How are you doing today? You look better than yesterday. You look good.
You're
took a
too
shower?
kind. You're too kind. I did, and scrubbed even behind my ears and my kneecaps.
Very good.
Yes.
You should do that every day, okay?
What?
Every day.
Okay.
He looks at Zureg. Zureg will just roll his eyes.
He gives you that, like, I know, right? Every day. He's like, you get me. While you were away, my mistress, I put together a bit of a pulley system for you to reach the deep chamber more safely.
Thank you. That's very nice.
I could not have you fallen in to your death.
Yep, I wouldn't want that either.
No, nobody wants that.
Did you?
What the hell, Chug?
What?
Put a little dirt under your pillow for the dirt man.
We'd like to interrupt this session to remind you guys to put a little dirt under your pillow for the dirt man in case he comes to town.
His name is Jeeves. We now have a name for him.
So Jeeves shows you to that room where you descended down into the underneath of the keep, and you see that he's devised a bit of a personal, like, dumbwaiter type thing. It can only hold one person, and it's probably not going to hold a lot of weight, but it at least will allow you to get down there a little easier. It is a like a hand crank, so once you're in it, you just use the hand crank and you lower yourself down.
Before I go down, I'm gonna ask him. Did you take care of all the traps in this house?
Yes, the one that gives me the most trouble is the cube. I can't touch it without it singeing my flesh. And I
Yes.
like my flesh.
That's fine. I think we can find a way to get rid of it or move it. We'll figure that out later. I got
Anything
something
that
to do
touch
down
it
there.
just goes away. So I don't know.
Well, I'm
Okay,
gonna
with
be
stick.
down there for a little while, doing some stuff and cleaning up. If you wanna come join me, you're more than welcome to.
I thank you, my mistress, but my tasks take me elsewhere in the keep. Perhaps with Master Zurag, we can talk how much we love bathing together. Not bathing together, but we can have a conversation about how much we collectively enjoy bathing.
Sounds good. And I'm gonna crank myself down.
All right. Little squeaky wheel noise as you descend into the keep by yourself, or the depths beneath the keep, rather. And while you're down there and you're looking at all the bones, perhaps you summon some of your fake creatures to help you drag some of the larger ones into piles and stuff like that. But you notice that the cavern, they go for quite a ways. Some tunnels kind of just going out of sight.
She's not gonna go into any of those without anybody with me.
Okay.
Just cause she's not happy about the things that came out of them, and they almost took all of us out. So she's going to make a note of all of them and to tell the others, and she's just gonna keep collecting her bones where
Okay.
we fought the thing. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Zurag, what are you doing?
I guess he's gonna ask what's on Jeeves' agenda for today.
I thought we'd clean out the torture chambers.
probably don't need those anymore.
No, you never know. Torture could have its uses.
Well, I'll go help you.
All right, I think we should keep at least one Iron Maiden.
Maybe just for decoration.
Right, decoration. And he winks at you, tries to give you that stare that you gave him before about the about the bathing, and it's just not met. It's not reciprocated. All right. So while Jeeves and Zurag are scouring and cleaning the keep, Adelaide is down below collecting bones. We cut over to Ressig, Merc, and Millie, who are currently clip-clopping away at a nice little leisurely pace along the Evermore Way. What y'all kids talking about as you travel?
Let's see how well Merc can do this. I'm just check for myself. Merc will clear his throat. Then clear his throat. So Rethig, what's it like having boobs?
I still haven't gotten used
Oh
to
no, breast. I got sorry.
putting the armor on is definitely an entirely different experience. I still have yet to get used to it completely, though. They're different for sure.
Zipping up the wrong parts.
You'll see like Merc like does this moment where he's like trying to find something to like follow it up with. And he'll look down, his eyes kind of starts to the ground. And he goes, "At least you didn't get kicked in the balls anymore."
Well, yes, but generally, I was one to use my height as a good sucker punch, but it's harder to sucker punch when you're not so short anymore.
The sucker punches are just a little different these days.
Well, little
You
little
try to-
uppercut needed,
A
not
kick
not
like
the
a
straight,
punch?
not the straight jab. Jab's a nice, quick, hey-ya, faster. But it's definitely taking some getting used to. You're the other way. You're taller and scaly. How's that going for you?
Color's nice. I've discovered that being able to reach things on higher shelves is, well, it's something I didn't know I needed. Honestly, if there was anything I absolutely hate, I'm very punctual man. I like to shut the door behind me. You look back at the tail. And it's like black and blue. It's like, well, it's black because he's a black dragonborn, but there's like clearly like dents in it where he's just like slammed the door on it. He goes, also, I used to like to sleep on my back. Can't do that anymore.
Well,
Merc, are you familiar with reptilian anatomy?
No.
Because technically you can't get punched in the nuts either.
Oh, yeah.
you have no
Oh, yeah.
dentures.
You have a hemipenis.
You know what? I'm flipping a coin.
Millie has no idea how to take the conversation right now.
Several of them.
Yeah, we'll get that one in there.
They both got downstairs mix-ups.
What the hell? That's not a coin.
I rolled a 1DD.
So 1DD.
I'm laughing too hard to type.
I don't-
You know, it was really weird to look down one day and just be like, great, now there's two of them.
This tail used to be on the front. Same size, though.
At some
Millie,
point in
for the love of all that's holy, help us.
time- I was about to say, at
Does
some
your
point in
tail
time,
hurt? Is it okay from banging in the door so often, or do you need some assistance?
Change the subject, woman. Change it.
at some point in time,
I mean,
Resic
the other thing.
would talk to Millie. That letter I gave you.
I still have it.
You can keep it, burn it, do something with it. Doesn't matter now, because I'm alive.
Do you want to hold on to it?
You do whatever you want with it. I don't care. I'll write a new one for her.
Well, on the bright side, you're not dead, but it might be difficult to explain the current situation.
This is true.
Have you
But-
thought about that yet?
Unfortunately, not being able to sleep gives me nothing but time to think. So
Yeah, I can see that.
I have, and I still haven't figured anything out yet.
You're also going to live an extra couple hundred years, 4 or 5, even. You outlive all of us.
Never considered that, but it was less about that and that kept my brain occupied and more about just everything else. The giants. This responsibility of this town now. Everyone
On the
seems
bright
to be
side.
suffering somehow.
You'll be able to visit us in the keep after we're gone.
It's assuming I don't die again.
I haven't let it happen yet. Well, Millie will kind of like turn her head sideways, like kind of like the Wednesday's, like, kinda.
As a technicality, you weren't there to stop it, so
Yeah.
you didn't let it happen.
Sorry about that.
Honestly, I was not expecting the giants to throw their food supply at us.
Yeah, well, I mean, we left him alive, and it was I took part in that. For them to throw cows at us.
I guess it really didn't matter to them what condition the cows were in when they ate them.
The hill giants didn't seem very picky about that.
I honestly just didn't expect my last sight in that life to really be a cow flying at me.
I mean, it was an utter disaster.
A catastrophe, even. And then Merc will like slap his knee like he's told the best joke he's ever told in his life. Like he peaked.
Big, proud dad energy.
It's a little bit of a bovine intervention, but
Not in a good way.
I want each of you to roll me a D20 right now.
Do the bandits who are listening to us about to ambush us just like no, and they just
oh no.
I got a nat 1. Better roll better than me, guys.
That's an 11.
2 1s, alright.
2 1s.
And a 7, an almost
Oh,
1.
it was almost on a 1. I should go get my drinks.
Okay. Continue.
Millie will be like, is it weird not being able to see in the dark?
Honestly, it's the worst. Had really good night vision. Now I just have bad vision all around. And acid reflex.
We might be able to get you some herbs for that.
And Merc will kind of like spit in the spit actively sizzles like the grass.
I don't know if I have anything for that. Amelia was originally like, don't worry, I got Tums. And she's just like, I don't think Tums are gonna fix this.
Not even the advanced strength. Well, awkward conversations continuing. You guys continue to leave the eerie, mist-laden roads of Noenar's Hold, which again, the mists seem to have been burning off. But you journey a bit west on the Evermore Way, and your journey is a stark contrast of what you're leaving behind. What was oppressive silence of that used to be haunted village gives way to open wilderness, rolling heathland, gnarled trees with sparse leaves, and occasionally the distant cry of a hunting bird. The road you travel on is well worn but uneven. It winds through hills that are dotted with weathered standing stones and old barrows. The farther you travel, the more of that slightly still lingering unease of Noenar's Hold fades, and it's just replaced by the mundane dangers of the frontier. So I hid the tokens so you guys could actually see the dots. Can you see the dots on the map? No, you cannot, because you're not on the same map I am. How about now?
Ooh.
Oh. So they're about as far as they can be, but still being in the same.
Yeah. You guys are going to get there just as nightfall comes.
We kind of have to take a long way around. Right? I assume we're not cutting across open country.
I mean, you can, unless you want to travel on the roads.
Roads would probably be the safest way.
Yeah. But no worries. So, Calling Horns, your destination is at the intersection of Yondar's Pass and the Evermore Way. And as the sun begins to dip toward the horizon, the distant glow of torchlight marks the presence of civilization. Calling Horns appears ahead. A cluster of sturdy wooden buildings gathered around a large, inviting inn. And unlike the ghostly stillness of Noenar's Hold when you first arrived there, Calling Horns hums with life. A wooden palisade encircles part of the settlement, more for keeping out wandering beasts than serious invaders. You can tell just by looking at it. As you get closer, the scent of roasting meat and fresh hay drifts on the wind, carried from the Calling Horns Inn in the heart of the village. There's no grief given at the gate as you guys come in. Again, I say gate lightly. But you guys come in. It's essentially like Bree. When the hobbits get there, there's a door there where somebody checks, and they're like, okay, you're good. Come in. And you guys make your way in. Like I said, it's night has just set. It is still kind of early in the evening, but because of being the winter months, the sun does go down a lot faster than usual. As you guys are making your way through, most of the village here is just your standard small little village. You see it's made up of rows of small log cottages that have bark shingled rooftops. The inn itself is made from field stones. And it seems as you guys ride up there, there's adjoining stables. And this inn itself stands atop a ridge that kind of overlooks the intersection of the two ways. The keep is surrounded by tall old trees, and it stands as a welcoming sight for you. As you guys get to the exterior, you see a few travelers and merchants linger outside the inn, rubbing warmth into their hands as they trade stories. There's a pair of militiamen clad in simple leather armor with short bows slung over their backs that give you a cautious but uninterested glance before returning to their posts near the road. As you guys were traveling along that road up to the inn, give me perception checks.
Nat 1. Doing great. Got 2, 3.
Natural 20 for a 26.
15 for 14.
So, Restic, maybe it's your elven ears, or the fact that you're normally a little bit more on edge when you come into a new place. But as you guys are traveling towards the inn, you could hear what sounds like an argument off a couple streets over. 10%? What do you mean it's 10% now? It was 5% last month. Well, now it's 10. You either pay it, or you'll pay for it. I don't understand. Nothing's changed around here. Why are the prices going up? Well, that's for us to know and for you to just pay for. So cough it up, 10%. And you guys keep moving your way, and as you're going, you can hear other conversations that are kind of like this, but they're just like, oh hey, how you doing tonight? We're just collecting the monthly tithe. You know, standard fee. And people are like, oh yeah, you doing all right? You staying warm? Just like general conversations, vastly different than that shouting match you overheard. Cut to you guys pulling up to the inn.
You think they're gonna try to fleece me for Bluey again?
Well, they'll try to make money. Whether it's reasonable or not, they're always going to try to make money. Somebody's always out to get the little guy.
Well, we're all of higher than normal height now, so
I don't think he meant in the physical sense.
we're also lords. So, I mean, they can
Well,
try.
Somebody's shaking down somebody for money. I noticed it when we came in.
Oh, usually, if someone's shaking someone down, they don't want to be too loud about it. Must be some kind of amateur.
Yeah, well, keep your eyes and your ears out open. Probably, if they're that much of an amateur, I'll probably catch them again.
They're more of holes now.
Somebody needs to be punched. Somebody may need to be punched. I guess I have to be a little more discerning now.
Watch where you do it.
Mm.
A good knee never hurt anybody. Well, it does.
It does. It definitely does.
You know what? Can I ask to insight Ressig? Does Ressig seem bothered by this? Like this guy doing the shakedown?
You can certainly.
You say it's
try.
very apparent. Okay.
Hmm.
15 total.
I'd say that would probably be enough. No, he's not. It's. He might say it. He's definitely not. I won't even roll. You rolled high. You rolled above a 10. He's not hard to read. He's a simple little boy. Girl. Something.
There's just a question mark.
I'm not a girl, not yet a woman. So you guys stable your horse. Cost you a silver for the night each. And you make your way into the Calling Horns Inn.
Do you guys mind if I take some gold out of the party loot?
No, go ahead. My opinion.
Merc's gonna pull like 15 gold. I'm at 9 silver.
For pocket change.
So you guys walk. You guys walk in. You guys walk into the inn, and it's a very well kept lodge that seems to cater to adventurers, merchants, and it looks like even occasionally a noble might stay here. But inside, the atmosphere is warm and lively, and firelight flickers off wooden beams. The scent of spiced ale and roasted venison fills the air, and a few tables are occupied by travelers swapping news. Behind the bar, you see the innkeeper, a half-elf woman who is in elven years, still quite young. But she seems to have a wisdom about her. And as you guys come in, you notice that she is eyeing you with a very keen eye, and recognizes as you come in immediately. What do you guys do?
Millie, do you want to look for your herbs and whatnot today or tomorrow?
I guess it depends on if things are open tonight still. We got in kind of dark, but I mean, it's not that late. I guess
Be a
like,
perfect place to ask around.
yeah. So I guess I can go up to, you said it was the barkeep?
Yeah. Looks like she's the proprietor of this establishment.
I would go up to her and I'd ask, what things are like in town and, you know, what time shops are usually open at. When's the good time to go shopping? I guess a drink of any kind.
Well, as you come over, she welcomes you warmly. Well, hello there. Welcome to Calling Horns. I see you're new around here. The new faces. I never forget a new one. And, well, always remember an old one. Name's Tamerlane. Very nice to meet you. What's your name, miss?
My name is Millie. Nice to meet you,
Oh,
Tamerlane.
Millie. That's a very beautiful name there, Millie. A beautiful name for a beautiful girl. Are your friends just going to stand by the door, or are they going to come in too? They are blocking the way.
I'll turn
she
over
like-
and kind of wave them over.
Merc
you
will
guys walk.
grunt a little bit and walk over.
Restig will follow.
All right, you guys make your way. Well, hello, my new friends. I was just introducing myself to your friend here, Millie. My name's Tamerlane. What would your name be? And as you see, she goes to Restig first.
I would be Resig Moonstep. It's a pleasure to meet you, Tamerlane. This is
It
quite
is a pleasure to meet you. And can I just say, I love what you've done with your hair today.
Oh, thank you. This is quite a lovely establishment you have here. Much more inviting than a place than we found in recent times, but definitely nice.
Well, that's what we like to hear. We like to know that we're being welcoming around here. Yeah. Things are tough out there on the open roads. You know, but we like to offer a warm meal and a comfy bed and a dry roof to sleep under. You know, so it's good to hear. I appreciate that. And you, sir, your name?
Murky's Dergak.
Oh, it's quite a mouthful. Well, nice to meet you, Murky's Dergak. I am Tamerlane. This is my inn, the Calling Horns Inn. And as she's sitting here having a conversation with you, a man comes in, like a rather like large and like beefed brick shit house of a man comes in, and he's like, "Here you go, Tamerlane. That's from my area." Thank you, Broderick. You're welcome to sit down. You have yourself a meal. I appreciate that. And she turns back to you guys, kind of like not really skipping a beat. Is there something I can get for you? You thirsty? You hungry? You looking for a room to stay for the night?
Yeah, we'll take a room each, and then what do you recommend for food and drink here?
Oh, we got a wonderful venison stew that's just about to come out, served hot and fresh.
Sounds good to me.
So much venison.
Millie will take pretty much anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bit of a staple around these parts, but yeah, it was you know, it's honestly a blessing. We were getting down to our last bits of just root vegetables for one of our hunters brought this feast in for the night. It's been a lot of activity up north there in the Evermoors, kind of making game a little bit scarce. Not quite sure what's going on, but we've sent somebody to Tribor to make them aware of it. That way they can come out and check things out. But let me not bother you with that. You folks look like you've rode quite some time. Let me get your orders in, and let me get you started with some drinks.
Before she quite leaves, Merc will go, "I'm surprised you don't get some game up from, well, not up, you'd say, down from Nornar's told." No.
That ghost town? No, the only thing that comes out of there is ghost stories, dear.
Merc will go, maybe it's going to change for the better.
Oh yeah, you say that like it's a sure thing. You know something I don't, stranger?
You seem connected, and he'll kind of gesture to the gavel with the emblem. He goes, "We took care of the Hunt Lords and became Hunt Lords ourselves."
Wow, that is mighty impressive. And as like she's saying this, another person comes in, hands her a small pouch. This is from my area, Tamlin. And like each time she kind of has to be like, okay, you can leave now. And each of these are like brutish dudes. And like she's like,
With his
well,
background,
how-
Merc knows what she's doing, right? Like this is a
Yeah.
kingpin getting their tithe.
yeah, yeah. It's definitely, and it's the fact that she's like being very like open about it. Either shows that she's very comfortable or very dangerous. You take your pick. But she's like, I would very much like to hear this story from you. Let me get y'all your drinks and your food, and y'all find a table, and I'll come join you presently, if you don't mind.
That
No, by all means, come join us. Brew yourself a drink.
Millie, in her innocence, is just assuming that like people are like paying for something, you know, that some sort of service or like rent or something like that. Millie has no clue. But what Marcus is realizing.
There's all but hearts in Merc's eyes.
So you guys find yourself a table, and you see people are looking at you, but not in any like mischievous or ill type of way. They're just like, oh, new people to town. Some people even say hello, like just nod their head or something like that. Nobody bothers you. And after a couple minutes, Tamlin comes over and she sets down drinks and food in front of you, and then pulls up a chair, like walks over to a table that is full of these guys just drinking, and she goes over to a chair that is occupied, taps on it, and the guy looks behind him and like jumps up and all but offers her the chair and like pushes it over for her. She sits down and she kind of just like throws herself into the chair and she looks really relaxed. So you folks mean to tell me that you slay some ghosts? Well, how'd you become the new Hunt Lords?
It did start with us slaying the same ghost twice, actually.
Twice.
We ran into them
Once
into
in-
the forest, and they beckoned us to come into town and try again.
Oh wow! And you defeated them a second time. Well, what makes you think you're not gonna have to do it again?
They told us, "Good job," and the town is yours, basically.
Well, they had
Hey,
us
good
kill
town.
some beasties under the keep.
Ah, so you're a bunch of monster hunters. Is that right?
Pretty much.
In a manner of speaking, you could say that.
Well, what brings a trio of monster hunters here to Collinhorns?
We were looking for some items that weren't available in Nonar's holds general in our general store, and a handful of other things. Possibly some work for some people, if anyone has the right skill set.
Establishing relations
Well-
between neighbors.
Well, look at you, Hunt Lord for a day, and already out here trying to spread the word and shake hands. Well, I can appreciate an initiative like that.
Good
And
that
as she
you don't have
says
a
that,
time limit.
as she says that, another large man comes in, and he sets this pouch at the table. And when he talks, Ressig, you recognize the voice of the guy who was shaking down somebody. Who's from my area, Tamerlane? Well, thank you.
I see you're collecting taxes from your people. You guys have a pretty normal. What's your usual tax rate? How much do you tax your citizens?
Oh, well, hey, if you weren't a new lords of a town, I would think that's a mighty strange question, but maybe you're new to the way things. For 5% of everybody's monthly income, I offer my services as well as protection to this town.
Resic has a new
I
lot
keep the
in
law.
life. It's pretty similar to this old lot. Resic's gonna make a grapple check against the guy who just brought the money. And I'm sitting.
Okay.
And he's standing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Also, is his bag the same size as everybody else's bag?
It seems to be.
Merc knows this story too, so if Resig, do you give any hint? Because Merc would join you in this.
Resig hears the voice, hears the 5%, and just lashes out. So just basically yep. One of these things.
Merc would try to help if it gives him advantage.
I'll allow it.
Oh, it didn't even ask me.
You little halflings.
I changed it, but I guess I didn't change it in D&D Beyond, so he imported it.
They're not wee little halfling fists anymore.
No,
I was gonna say, just have small hands.
I think I just changed it to dainty little elf fist or something like that. So it says it's just a contested thing for the
It should be
grapple.
athletics versus athletics, right?
Yeah, strength. So I will roll for ye old athletics. Oh, good. Oh, good. That's a 23 and a natural 1, so I'll take the 23.
You got a natural 1. So describe to me what you do.
As I'm like paying attention to her and the words that she said, and he drops this bag down, it's just like, just snap the hand out and grab what is at my eye level, and just give a gentle little squeeze, looking at her and say, I think you need to remember to tell every one of your employers what the percentage is, and squeeze a little harder.
As you do this, she has a dagger pointed at you over this man. Now, what is the meaning of this, Miss Resig? You're assaulting one of my men.
One of
You
your
best have a
men-
good reason.
One of your men who I overheard asking for more than 5%. I didn't
me-
see who he was asking.
Give me
but
persuasion.
I can imagine that it was more than the one person I heard. Oh, good.
Yeah, give me persuasion.
That +1. At least I'm not at disadvantage anymore.
Did I back him up if I heard? Oh wait, did I hear the same thing or no? I didn't. I was in La La
No,
Land.
no,
Never
no.
mind.
Yeah, nobody heard it, but Resig.
That's a dirty 20.
You're looking like right at her with like a serious face, and her eyes move from yours down to this man, and she pulls the dagger back over him and kind of slides it down onto his cheek. Now, Clad, is my new friend here telling the truth? Are you out there extorting the citizens of our good little village? No, why would I do that, Tamlin? You're gonna listen to these new people over me?
Squeeze.
And like, give me an intimidation with advantage.
Let the
22.
man breathe.
So yeah, like he's got like the vein like building up in his forehead. He's turning purple, and he's like bent over, and he's got like this dagger, and he's like looking like bent over the table, looking up to the side, and you can like he's trying to like look back and forth. And he's just like, okay, yeah. All right, I admit it. Yeah, I've been skimming off the top.
I'll
Now,
lose a little bit.
Clyde. Oh no, Miss Moonstep, if you don't mind, continue. We need to teach a lesson here.
I still have him grappled, but just
A little
give him
harder,
room
please.
to breathe.
A little hard. No. A little harder, if you don't mind. Clyde here needs to learn a lesson.
There's a lesson
And-
thieves learn well.
And she goes into his pockets, and she finds the extra coins, and she's like, Clyde, I really had more stock in you, and you're here not only stealing from our citizens who you've been tasked with protecting, but you're giving me a bad name, and you're stealing from me, worst of all. Now, here's what you're gonna do. Once Miss Moonstep lets go of you, you're gonna take this extra coin, every bit of it, and you're gonna bring it back to the people that you took it from, and you're gonna apologize. And as far as your cut for the month, well, I'm gonna hold on to that, and you can get it back by earning it in service of the people that you wanted to extort, should they see fit for you to be paid or to be allowed on their property. Do I make myself clear, Clyde? Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. Please, I think one of them's about to bust. Miss Moonstep, is that accommodating to you?
Well, it's your town. I don't want to tell you how to run the show, but that sounds like a good deal to me.
And as she says that, Iltris pops out of the little pouch that she's in and crawls down my arm. No. You'll eat later. That's not for you. Get back. And then
He's
lets
like
go.
jolting a little bit and then he lets go. He stands up, he's like breathing. He's holding his crotch. He's like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And then he grabs the extra coins and he's like, I'll go bring it to him right away. Make sure that you do, Clyde, or I'll send Miss Moonstep after you. And he like kind of bows a bit and then runs off, and everybody starts laughing. The whole place just picks up. Did you see the look on Clyde's face? She had him turning purple. Oh, I could hear the strain from over here. And after a few moments of that, everything kind of settles back down. Well, I usually figure myself a keen-eyed woman, but it seems I was letting one of my own get one over on me. I appreciate that. Next round's on me.
I'll happily take that next round. Do you have a place I could wash my hands, though?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Right over there in the corner. You'll find a wash basin.
I'll go wash my hands and then return for that drink.
As Resic is leaving, Merc will call over. You really busted his balls, Laugh. He thinks he's really funny.
He was nuts to try and steal from this town.
Merc slaps his knee.
This makes Tamlin laugh as well. She's like, I like you lot. Well, and to answer your question, Miss Alexo, if you're looking for like general goods and stuff, we definitely have an assortment here to pick from. But if you're looking for more specific things, surprised you didn't head your way up to Everland. It's a bit more real estate on the map than our little village here. A lot more trade comes through that way. In fact,
We're actually just doing a quick day trip. Our companions are still in Nornard's hold. They're just kind of doing some cleanup while we kind of came here just to gather some extra things. We didn't want to go too far without the whole party.
wow. Well, that's a smart way. The rule of the road is more numbers, less problems.
And another reason for
Well-
coming here instead of going further afield is it's good to know who your neighbors are, who to rely on.
I agree. We haven't had much of a way of conversation with any of the people from Noanar's Hold, but here now I have 3 lords sitting at my table in my establishment. This day's just getting better and better for old Tamerlane.
I imagine there's going to be a little bit more business coming from our little hold to your little hold.
I look forward to it. I mean, if there's anything that we can do, any type of deal that we can make to help you guys get yourself established. I know a little bit about, springing up new places. I mean, this used to just be just an inn on the side of the road until I bought it, and well, over the years, we've grown to what we are now. We're still small by all accounts, but everybody here is we're family.
That's really good to hear. We'd kind of like to try to do something similar in our area. We want to make sure that things are run right, you know?
Well, then I have no doubt that we were going to have a good, positive relationship.
I'd like it if
Well-
our sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Merc will go. I'd like our, trappers to have a place to offload some of their pelts in a more organized manner.
Yeah, open up trade.
Oh well, pelts would be nice. Like I said, it's been a little bit rough going for our hunters around here, knowing that Noanar's Hold will be a little bit more accommodating, and we can get closer to the forest there. I will have to. I do need to warn you. I feel it's only responsible of me to do so. I mean, these parts have been known to be kind of filled with the occasional orcs, trolls, and all that other type of deal. That's why I have those big brutes around that you saw. Just in case anything tries to come into town, we can scare them off.
We've had to deal with our fair share of those along our travels, so we really appreciate the warning, but hopefully it won't be too big of an issue.
And we're not
Hopefully
again.
but I just had to give you the heads up. Being this close to the Evermores, there's all types of things hanging out in there.
You're close to Evermore's. We're closer to the High Forest. I'd say, tell your people to be respectful while there. We had a run-in with some of the denizens of the forest that were not too pleased about outside influence.
Yeah, we've heard tale. That there's creatures inside that wood that very much care for its well-being. We try to do our best to respect the nature around us. It gives us what we need to survive, so we don't try to take advantage.
Millie, upon hearing this, will be like notably kind of light up a little bit. She's like, "I'm so happy to hear that. We're gonna do our absolute best to try to encourage, proper use of the forest and the land around us."
Good way to be. I mean, you don't want to go taking too much, much more than you need. As evident of tonight, you see what happens when you do. There may not be a physical twist of the scrotum, but a proverbial one.
I can see where this body is more beneficial in some ways. Bigger hands, better grip.
Well, you sound like you just got it. That's quite a strange thing to say, Miss Moonstep.
Maybe if we have a few more drinks, we'll tell a tale or two.
Well, you're sitting with the owner of this establishment, and I say drink. She stands up. She goes, "Next round's on the house." She says it to everybody, and everyone's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Courtesy of our new friends here," and everybody's just like, "Yeah." Well, this salute you, and everybody gets their drinks. And she, aside from going back and forth to do what she does, she converses with you as long as you'll have her.
At some point in the drinking and stories that it would come pretty rapidly from Resic because his complete and utter lack of drinking capability. Actually, no, he's resistant to poison, so he'd actually be able to drink a lot now.
Yeah.
Despite him being a lightweight, it doesn't affect him as much. Have you ever heard of a clan of dwarves known as Stormhammer? Have any?
Can't say that I have.
friends in town?
We got a few dwarven people here. None by the name Stormhammer.
Okay, well, thank you. I'll see if I can find one. And then continue drinking and telling stories.
As the night goes on, like she mentioned, like orcs and things, they'll be like, we ran into a bunch of them like along the way. She'll kind of like just retail like some battles that we've encountered. Just be like, yeah, there's a ton in the forest and like this and that, and she'll just kind of like not like flex, but she's just like, I'm cool too.
Yeah. Well, you can see as you're telling her this, like between you and Ressig, like as you guys are telling her, she's like heavily invested, and each time depending on what you tell her, but any time where you're telling her moments where like you guys particularly shined, like she's like all about it. Like you can tell she is like women first, very much. She even makes a couple of jokes towards like Merc, like, "Oh, I bet these two kept you alive and on your feet more than you can count."
Merc will gesture at Millie at that, and he'll go, "I was buried under several tons of rock several times.
Several times.
If it wasn't for her, I would not be here."
Oh, I can be sure of it. Men, right? The rocks are in their head. They're constantly being buried underneath them, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. It was quite physically this time around though. It was quite the hill giant just throwing them at us. Whole party nearly
Oh,
died, but we made it out by the skin of our teeth.
You guys are fascinating. This is just what I needed. Is some new faces, some new stories. I think this will cycle around here for quite some time. And you guys all have also noticed that like, as you're telling the stories, like with the drinks flowing, you can't help but get a little bit more animated and like boisterous, and like people are listening. And you can hear in the corner like a bard who's already trying to put together a song.
On a side note, as he starts to get drunk, Merc will actually use 5 points of lay on hands to cure that poison condition. He is subtly burning off the drink every once in a while.
I like it.
And Millie will be certain to like, be like, oh, well, like our buddy, Zurag, it's like a truck, and like, like Adelaide's just, constantly coming up with creative ways to bring in new creatures and, utilize her creatures. There was one time that I think, what dinosaur was she? Where she like basically dinosaur rode on top of another dinosaur into a giant.
You see people are like, dinosaur, what is that? What is that?
Millie will kind of describe it. She's just like, it was a sight to behold.
So it's kind of like a dragon, but they ain't got no wings.
Yep, just like a dragon with no wings and a little bit smaller, but just as
And she was
fierce.
riding on another one.
Yep. Into a
Well-
tree.
We'll all have to come by when we come back up this way together, and you can meet her and Zurag.
Tamlin's like, y'all are more than welcome here anytime. As a matter of fact, I mean, I've been talking your ear off here. I apologize. I'm kind of just sat myself down here, and well, we hit it off. Anyways, long or short of things, it's late, and if you guys need a room to stay, you're more than welcome here to stay tonight on me, in commemoration of our new friendship.
Millie will thank her.
Thank you so much. This has been wonderful.
Thank you, ma'am.
Anything else you guys would like to discuss before the night sets in?
For sure, Merc's gonna try to catch her when she's like tending bar for a second, like more privately.
Okay.
And he's gonna ask the question. He's gonna go, so, do you do any work with the Black Network ever?
He doesn't seem to like react to this, but you can tell like her shoulders get a little stiffened. She's like, no, I tend to stick away from that type of racket. I understand that what you saw today might be a little similar, but I can tell you that I have no intention of swindling my people. I keep them safe. I do what they pay me for.
Merc will give her a nod and he goes, it's a hell of a shame because you would be one of their best.
You wouldn't be the first one to come asking about it, to be honest. So while I appreciate that, I am also a little offended, and I'm afraid you owe me a drink for that. So she pours a couple of shots, and she holds her hand out. That'll be
Well,
the
Merc-
silver.
Yeah, Merc will pay her.
Takes the silver, puts it in her pocket, takes the shot, clinks it with yours, taps the table, shoots it back. All right. Meanwhile, back at the keep, Zurag,
Yes.
Jeeves has come to you about the biggest issue This cube, my lord, we've always kept him in this room, but it's eating up valuable real estate. If we could get him to the hole, perhaps he could go down there.
Have you ever seen it try to move on its own? Is it impressed
Only
by
when
anything?
there's yes. Only when I go inside the room does it sense to move. It usually tries to get me. It's very slow, and I'm nimble, so I can move around, but there's been the occasional close call.
What you're saying is we have to lure it with meat.
Perhaps, yes, meat or one of us could act as bait. I may be quick, but I'm very scared.
Oh, why don't you, you know what you can do is send for Adelaide real quick. Tell her to come here.
Right away. He disappears, and he hollers down into the hole. And Adelaide, you hear it echoing down.
She's gonna. What's happening? What's happening? And she's gonna come up the little cranky thingy. What's his name again? Jeeves.
Jeeves. Technically Amrath, but you guys named him Jeeves as part of his contract.
What do you need,
Master.
Jeeves?
Master Zurag requests your company.
Oh, lead the way.
Right away. He scuttles down the hallway to where Zurag is. Presenting Mistress Adelaide.
Thank you, Jeeves.
You're welcome, my lord.
What's up, Zurag? What do you need?
We seem to have made it to the cube situation. You have any ideas on how to move this thing? Because if not, I'm probably going to have to be bait.
Oh. Where are we trying to take it?
Little voice in your head says Millie wouldn't like that.
I thought we had agreed on trying to put it down in the basement.
Well, we've been to the basement. I'm sorry. One more time.
That's where you were.
The
skeleton
basement
built
is
locked
Basement.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I thought I was
the
gonna
pa-
like cave. Okay.
The whole
Well, can we hold it
that's the
off till
basement.
Can we hold it off till I'm done down there? Because I don't want to deal with the cube and get what I need to get.
yeah, I suppose
I mean, in the
so.
meantime, you can come help me down there. We could clean some stuff down there if. And I'm gonna tell Zurag about the tunnels and what I saw. I mean, I
to
think
it.
it's
It's up.
worth exploring. There might, but hey, it's just me. Because it might lead to somewhere, and some people might be able to get in through them. That's an opening at the end.
Then it'd probably be a good idea to have that cube down there.
Yeah. But I would like some more time. I think probably tomorrow afternoon once I'm done. I feel like I'll be done by then. We can take the cube down.
Okay. Shut the door.
Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, Mistress Adelaide, what are you accomplishing down there in the depths?
Oh, I'm just collecting some of these bones.
Ooh. What types of bones? What are you going to do with them?
I don't know. I met this guy. He said that he will get me a really cool creature if I have this many bones. I'm going to try to create something out of it. Something pretty cool, which I don't know what it is yet, but something really cool.
Oh, that is fascinating. And you are okay moving around in all that muck down below.
Fine.
Okay, you are so adamant about me bathing, and you look a mess.
It's okay. I bathe every day. Once I leave here, I'm gonna go to the inn and I'm gonna take a bath.
Terrifying.
I like you, Jeeves, and he'll flip him a silver coin.
Jeeves.
Well, thank you, my lord. You are one of my favorites as well.
Zurag, don't encourage bad behavior.
You mean bad behavior?
He should take a bath every day. Same with you.
Bath didn't do anything for me last night.
Well, if you keep up with him.
What's the
It
point of
ruins
getting
your
clean if
natural
you
oils.
You can apply oils afterwards.
Why apply oils when your skin makes it naturally? Watch. And he squeezes his face together. And just...
Jeeves, I don't think you've done a good job bathing last night.
Zurag thinks I mean, Master Zurag thinks I did. Is that right?
I think he's just fine.
Boys will be boys.
Well,
Okay, well,
I guess the cube is up to us, Master Zurag.
Jeeves,
Sounds
till
like we're
tomorrow.
going
We
to
are
have
not
to
dealing
wait.
with the cube. We'll wait here till tomorrow, okay? Don't go in there. Don't try to do anything to it. We're gonna deal with it tomorrow.
All right, tomorrow. Well, then what
Why
now, Lord Zurag?
Why don't you collect some of this garbage and feed it to the cube? If it likes to eat stuff.
That is what I have been doing.
Good.
Yeah, I would hope
There's
at this point it looks clean.
There's one problem. I'm not quite sure it's even in that room anymore.
Well, I think it's
as-
a problem for tomorrow.
The pile of stuff is still there. Usually when I throw it into that room, it's gone really quickly.
So are you saying the cube's not in there anymore, Jeeves?
I do not know for sure.
Well, should we open and see if it's still in there?
I would imagine so.
Give me perception checks.
Fun to think about a gelatinous cube.
Oh, that's bad. It's a 9.
And a 9.
And a 9.
You guys open the door, and it does not look like it's in there at all.
Well, that's not good.
It oozed out to somewhere else.
Jeeves, you better get looking.
Yeah, Jeeves, go find the thing. Do we see any streaks or something?
No,
Anywhere?
you don't see anything, but you feel something. I'm gonna
Oh
roll this
man.
on both of you guys.
Oh damn!
So as you guys open the door and you're just looking, you don't see anything. You just see into the room, and then like suddenly there seems to be like some sort of ripple effect as you look down, and these two tendrils are coming out, and they touch both of you, or they wrap around your leg, and it starts to sear your flesh. Damage.
Jesus.
Explosion. You guys take 33 points of acid damage. And then Jeeves slams the door shut, and there's like these little like transparent tendrils that just fall to the ground, and then you watch as it just seeps back into the room. Okay, yeah, he's still in there. Okay, yeah, okay. Perhaps he's full of trash, and now wants something else. We'll just lock this door. Put up some tape. Do not enter. I apologize, my lords. I did not know. Please do not punish me.
Deeps, go take a bath.
Good thing Mark isn't here.
No! Don't punish me, please.
If the cube killed all of us, would it be the new Hunt Lord?
Or do we just keep coming back to be killed?
Yeah. Oh, Jeeves. Adley. Zurag, I still have a couple of things I need to do. Down there. I'll be back.
As
And
Adelaide
Adley's
walks
gonna
away, you
just-
just hear like the sticky goo like suctioning to the floor, and then
Yeah. She's missing like half her pant leg, like one half's a capri and the other half's pant.
Yeah.
You'll
to
never
go
have
buy
to
new
shave
clothes.
that leg again.
Yep.
That's a huge hit.
Yeah.
You guys are so lucky this wasn't a Pathfinder fucking Gelatinous Cube. Where you,
You
have
are
to make
dead.
a fucking. Then you're paralyzed and then you just get engulfed. So after 33 points of acid damage is dealt, the door is shut and locked. Adelaide's like, I'm going back down to collecting bones. You guys deal with this. Leaving Zurag and Jeeves alone again. Zurag, is there anything specific you'd like to do? The day is like coming to an end.
I guess he'll ask Jeeves what he plans to do for dinner.
Oh, well, I still have some of those spider legs.
Has Jeeves ever been out of here? Is he allowed in town?
I've been here for quite some time.
Gurai's about to take him out on a night on the town.
Like, player me wants
drinking,
to really get him
partying.
laid, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
If that's what you're gonna do, you take him out. Give me persuasion check with disadvantage.
You're gonna have to Thanos that thing, buddy.
See
You're gonna
if you
say,
can-
fine, I'll do it myself.
See if you can wingman this guy.
My persuasion's a -1, so unless I roll 2 nat 20s, it ain't happening. 3.
Yeah. Everybody seems to be in a relationship, and even though Jeeves does not get laid, you see that he is having a great time just hanging out with somebody and drinking. So even though that part of your plan didn't go off you see that you've done some good here, by getting Jeeves out of that castle. And although you had to correct his social faux pas a lot, that you guys find kind of like a kinship in your company, because some of the ways he lives is a little bit more akin to how you would be, with your tribe and stuff like that. So even though he's a strange little man, you guys have a good time. All right.
Have you met my friend
Anything-
Jeeves?
Yes. Hello. He's got a bulging eye and stuff like that, hunchback.
If anyone
Um,
needs reincarnation, it's Jeeves.
Set up
Hey,
a
man.
Jeeves
contract.
needs it.
So is there anything anybody else would like to do before settling in for the night?
Is my bird friend still there? I
If
figure
you
she'll be like,
if you haven't sent him off, I don't think he would want to go down into a weird cave, but
no, like my bird that I saved in the morning.
yeah, Albert. Yeah, I don't see why he would want to go down into the thing.
No.
Yeah. But maybe as you come back out of the keep and stuff, he's like kind of flittering around. He's found a little bit of a roost in one of the like alcoves of the stone. And as you come out, he kind of like chirps happily to you, and then you see him settle down, turn in for the night.
Adelaide's gonna go take a shower or bath, whatever it is, before and she would like to go into the inn and get some food before she heads to bed.
Okay. Yeah, easily enough. You come in and you see Zurag and Jeeves tying one on, and they're having a good time. You grab some food, maybe take it up with you.
Yeah, I will
Sounds good.
actually ask Zurag. So did you get much stuff clean today?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
so.
Yeah,
Do I need
with
to roll for that or not worry about it?
No. You guys working diligently through the day, and with Jeeves tossing things into that room for it to be disintegrated by the gelatinous cube. You've made pretty good leeway on cleaning it. I'd say you probably got like a whole floor done.
Okay.
So yeah.
Do we need to do any?
Good.
Do we need to do any repairs down there? I mean,
I mean,
I mean, at the keep.
Oh yeah,
'cause
we
we don't really have the tools.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
there's stonework
At
that
the
needs to
moment.
be done. All that fun stuff. Yeah.
And also, it's been like 24 hours since the first messenger birds went out. Can I see if they've come back or something?
They have not come back yet.
Okay.
All right. Anything else from our 3 over and calling horns?
No, but I was gonna say the innkeep at the Silver Heart. I think that's the inn in Nor Toad. He has to be pissed by now. Every time he cleans that bath, just another meth
Oh.
bomb. He's just like,
Yeah.
"You gotta be kidding me! You gotta be." He's like scrubbing
What?
the floors, like, "What the fuck is happening?"
What the hell is going on here? Who keeps doing this?
good tip.
Yeah, Ressig, Merc, Millie, anything you guys want to do before retiring for the night? You guys are given a room that has 3 beds in it, so you're able to share the same room.
Mark
Scratch
will
that.
let them in.
Shit.
Oh.
Tamerlane would not do that. Tamerlane would give Ressig and Millie the bigger room, and then Merc a smaller room.
then they will instead hear Merc's door open, Merc walk into his room, and then they'll hear "fuck" as Merc slams the door on his tail.
Is there a blacksmith in town? Millie's gonna try to find a piece of armor to go around the tail where he slams it all the time.
Yeah, unfortunately, you weren't able to like stroll about the town, but you did smell like the telltale signs of a smithy. You know, that hot iron and stuff like that coming from somewhere a little bit more on the outskirts of town. So that's something you guys should check in the morning for sure. Did you guys settle in for the night? Last
Yep.
check.
Yeah, Millie will just do her standard nighttime routine. Because she's just paranoid at this point.
Right before we go to sleep, I'm going to heal Zurag and I.
Yeah.
Zorak is leaking battery acid.
He got burned by battery.
Let's see.
The future gelatinous cubes are farmed to produce batteries.
That's 118 Zurag, and then
Appreciate it. But I can't sleep.
This is when the hold is attacked at night by giants.
Yeah.
A legion of giants appears on the horizon.
and there's another 16 for you. And then
Yep.
16 for me. And perfect.
There you go. All right. Molly, take a moment to heal your burns from the acidic gelatinous cube, and then everybody retires for the night. As the wee hours tick in, or tick on rather, Ressig, Merc, and Millie, you are awoken by a strange racket. Give me a perception check as you are awoken.
Millie's not a morning person.
Well, it's not the morning.
Merc's never been a perceptive person.
That's a natural one.
I rolled a 9 for an 8.
I miss halfling luck every time.
As you guys wake up, you're a little bit like slow to like really like hear like something goes clatter and you wake up, but then it's like silent and you're just like, oh, that was nothing. And you go back to sleep and then you hear it again. And it sounds like it's coming from outside, rather close to you. You're just not sure where. And you hear footsteps moving beneath you, and you hear a door open. And then you hear, God damn it, what the hell's going on?
We recognize. the
And if you
voice.
look outside your window, it sounds like Tamerlane.
Millie will groggily get out of bed and walk over to the window, rubbing her eyes.
Merc will. open his window. He's about to yell, "Shut the fuck up!" in the
With
I'm
a natural
sleeping!
one,
Trying to sleep.
Resic is fucking
Trying to sleep.
snoring loudly.
No, you wake up. You just,
Oh, okay.
yeah, you're just like, what is that? Where's it coming from? And you hear, like, Tamerlane.
Mm,
Do we see anything outside?
yeah.
If you look outside, it looks like Tamerlane was going with a torch towards the edge of the building where the stables are.
This is Bluey fucking eating
Merc
all the horses.
will open the window and go, Miss Tamlin, one moment. And he's gonna actually telepathic bond to Bluey and go, what's going on in the stables?
Supposed to be a telepathic bond.
Yep. It's just part of the fine steed. Because it makes the animals smart enough to, like, person smart. I will not
Okay.
cast the spell for there. Yeah, if its intelligence is less than 5, it becomes 6. I don't know how smart drakes are normally. But yeah.
You hear, like, coming through your mind, 2 large creatures. They're attacking the horses. And as you hear that, you hear Tamlin shout.
Out the window we go.
Oh yeah, there. What's your second floor?
Merc is
you'd be
going to.
You'd be on the second.
He's going to hop out the window.
I don't think Resic would even delay. Shortest possible distance. Would follow Merc out.
Millie will follow out, but not through the window. And if she does go through the window, gently climb down. She doesn't want to jump.
I lightly jump. Okay, hold on. Let me get this right. Okay, and then okay, and then back here, as you guys come around, you see Tamerlane is she is ghost white as she is looking at the stables, which have now had their doors busted in, and you can hear a commotion coming from inside. And as you come around, you look and you see that there are 2 trolls that are trying to get inside one of these inside these actual stables to get to the horses on the inside. As you guys come around, it seems that her scream has alerted them, and they see the 4 of you standing there at the door. And I need you guys to roll initiative in just 1 second. She is
Sorry, stupid gap. Wasn't expecting it.
let me get like a blah, 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 blah. Okay, she'll be standing right here.
This music is so good for a fight.
It's gonna change. Give me a moment.
Dude, the fire and flames is coming back. Don't worry, guys.
Okay, so she. Mark, you're no longer poisoned. So Ressig and Merc would have got there first. Millie, you're shambling down, so I'm gonna put you like right at the corner of this thing here. Okay. Activate. And then
Wonder Twin powers activate.
activate form of
A bucket of water.
a bucket of water.
Oh, sorry, it was shape of a bucket of water.
Yeah. No,
That's
that's the music I should have been playing.
pretty mellow. Oh, there we go. Oh,
Roll for disorder.
Gonna starting off strong on my
Ta-da!
initiative
Oh.
with a natural 1.
The first time ever.
Did Mert get a 20?
It's
Did.
it's my first time ever going first. A natural 20 for 19.
I got 18.
All right. So as Merc and Ressig, who had hopped down from the window, make their way over, Merc, you see inside 2 large trolls have bursted into this stable, and they are trying to grab a horse to feast on them. You are the first to act. Let's go.
Alright. Well, they did something convenient for me. Merc is going to stomp up. About here. He's going to open his mouth for a battle cry, but what comes out is not a battle cry. It's a stream of acid comes out. Gonna lie, but you know.
That's a big box.
Why does it keep doing a box?
It always makes it the biggest box it can.
Your draconic ancestry.
Because he even says
What?
Black Dragon.
Breath weapon. So it's supposed to be a line? How big is the line?
30-foot long line, I think.
30 foot long, but how
Yes.
wide?
It's like a 5x. It's a line, like 5x5. So
Okay, so just a straight OS line, like that.
yeah.
Okay, so they're both gonna make dexterity saves. A 13 and a 12.
Vomit. They'll take 12 acid damage.
12 acid damage as you spew out this acid. It collides into them and it begins to melt their flesh away. As they feel the pain.
And they're going for a horse, right?
Yes.
Can Merc see the horse?
Not yet.
If he steps here, can you see the horse?
Yes.
This is gonna be the weirdest use of a spell anybody's ever seen. Merc is gonna bonus action Shield of Faith the horse. So it is
Okay.
harder to grab.
I like that. I like it. Millie.
Oh,
go ahead. Sorry.
Bluey is gonna probably try to ram his way out of his wherever he's at.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength roll for Bluey.
We'll go hunt down a warhorse.
Do you have to use an action to command him?
No, he just is an animal that goes. I don't know if you want to have him roll his own initiative.
Yeah, he's gonna have to kind of do that. Let me put a warhorse there. Well, then let me roll his initiative.
Oh,
You rolled it.
he got a 5.
Okay. So then he will have on his turn.
And
you
then
guys are
I'll move there. Just make sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Merc, you nest yourself up. You
30,
rolled
right?
you rolled
Oh,
yourself. Millie, you're good. I got you. Millie, you hear these shrieks or these groans of horror or pain coming from inside. The horses themselves are whinnying and scared. What do you do?
Millie's gonna hear the commotion, and she's going to start running up to see what's going on inside. And then she's gonna be like, oh, even in a town we can't rest. Alright. And then she's going to look at the one troll, and she is going to I guess the one behind Merc, because she doesn't want him to have 2 on him at the same time, Ray of Frost, and try to slow him down.
Okay, I like it.
And
Yeah, you're thinking strategically, trying to keep that one from being able to get closer to Merc so he can handle this one until
she's
Resic can
mostly
get in
aiming
there.
at her feet.
Yeah, but it's just like so congested right here in this causeway that you're not able to get the right angle, and you strike some of the stables itself, and ice gathers on the wood, and the horses begin to whinny a little bit more.
And then with the remainder of her movement, she will step out of Ressig's way. And that'll be it.
All right. So this troll that you just shot at, still being singed by the acid, is going to stumble forward, part of its face missing, now showing just bone as more of the muscle and it deteriorates. It bares its fangs that are dripping with saliva. The other eye that's present shows ferocity and hunger as it steps towards Merc. It's going to try to barrel through you, Merc. So I need you to make a opposed acrobatics versus the thing's athletics.
Can I use athletics against its athletics to just try to stop it cold?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
I rolled a 15 for a 20.
Okay. I rolled a 12 for a 16, so this thing smashes right up into you. Not being able to move forward. That was one of its attacks, so instead it's going to claw at you for its second attack.
And Merc just kind of shoulder checks it.
19 to hit you.
19 just hits.
Okay. 15 points of slashing damage.
I thought I could click that and take it.
Yeah, you should be able to. And then it's going to try to bite you as well for its third attack.
There we go.
Go ahead and make that concentration check for the thing. You're good there, but then a 25 to bite you.
For sure bites me.
And that is 7 points of piercing damage as it bites into you.
I'm still thinking real hard.
Alright, still concentrating. This troll next to you is going to try to get in on this feast. And he's going to attack you as well 3 times. Claw, claw, bite. This time with advantage.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
20 for the first one. And a 17 for the second one, so
no,
that'll
no.
miss.
For that natural
God, I
20.
hate you.
So you get to re-roll that one more dice.
What's your range?
60 feet.
6 feet.
Okay.
This one's 60. The stone rune, or the cloud rune is 30.
So that would have made
You do
it-
get to roll with advantage again, I think. I think it's an entirely new roll.
Reroll, yeah. So
It just says re-roll the d20, so, I mean,
yeah, well, I had advantage, so let me just... So no. Yeah, so this thing goes to swipe and it looks like it's gonna be a fucking kill shot, but you runic shield just... and just... Bing, bing! 2 claws bounce off of this this runic shield, this magical shield that just appears out of nowhere. This thing looks pissed. It turns its head towards you, Resig, and instead it's going to rush at you and
Well,
attempts to...
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I like to imagine Merc blocked one of the hits, but the one that was the kill shot, like there was just like that runic shield popped in.
Yeah.
Like Merc was completely open for a second, staring death in the eyes.
Yeah, that claw was coming up like right for your jugular, and you're like, this is it. This is how I die. But this thing, sensing that magic coming from Resig, rushes over and finishes its turn with a bite onto Resig. $17 to hit you.
17 will not hit.
So as it goes to bite you, you get your pickup, and its large jaws clamp down on the wood as you're just pushing it behind, shove it off.
You rolled a
It does
20.
say 20.
Why is it? What? Did I do my math wrong?
This previous roll was a 17. Did you not scroll down all the way?
3. Oh no, yeah, I did not. So 20 to hit you. Sorry.
Will hit.
Okay, my bad.
I was
doing math
confused
wrong.
for a second too.
I appreciate the honesty. For that, I'll do minimum damage to you. Yeah, you get your pickup there, the shaft of your pickup there, and like the fang still kind of makes it a little way to your shoulder, piercing your skin just a little bit for 5 points of damage.
All right.
All right, that is going to be Tamalin's turn. She is not going to go down without a fight, so she is going to As this thing is wrestling with you, she's going to pull out a blade and she is going to stab this dude. And make no purchase. Yeah, I might be in a little bit over my head here. Shit. I'll distract him. And that's what she's going to do. Ressig, your turn.
All right, I am going to take step. Oh, no, not target. Take a step to the side, so I'm not squashing Millie in the process, and I'm gonna get swole as I use.
Get
Giant
swole.
Yeah.
One shot.
And then Ressig will get to swinging. Ugh, my brain did not like that.
I'm going to getting the get. 22 hits.
22 on the first one. And 27 on the second.
27 also hits.
Additional 1d6. First attack is 15 points of piercing damage. As
Alrighty.
Ressig swings out with the pick, turns it around in hand, and then back swings the other direction for only 12 points of piercing damage.
Alright. 2 big swings into this thing. You connect with bone that's kind of been melted into by the acid, and this thing kind of stumbles back, but it's still looking fine. Alright, you can handle yourself getting swole there, right?
Yeah. Yep, I can. But that's my turn.
Alright. A Warhorse or Bluey itself is going to make a strength roll.
Unleash the Bluey.
Try to knock down this door and burst it open using its action to do so. Comes out, just splinters of the interior stable door come down. This Drake just comes out.
Get it, Bluey!
And Bluey will start to move down and get into position, but that was its. Oh God, where are you going? And that'll be action and movement. Merc, back to you.
What? Let's bring the hammer down. Come on. 18.
For a 26 to absolutely hit.
Level 2 smite.
Smite.
Plus my normal D. For 17 points of damage.
Okay.
Second hammer down. For 22.
That hits.
Second verse same as the first, a level 2 smite. Damage. For 23 more.
Two big hits with bursts of this, like, what I believe is like glowing red light. I believe you said, just erupts, and you watch as you impact this troll, and you are just like, you're kind of like getting into the bloodlust of the fight, as you feel favor of your god shining down on you. All right. Anything else?
I think it's firmly looking at Merc now. So Merc will field a shield of faith himself this time.
Okay. It removes from the horse in the stable and now shines around you. This like ethereal armor. Millie, you got this
Millie.
troll right up in your face.
Amelia, she is prefers to be more range. Will take a few steps back as she beforehand will cast. Yeah. She's gonna just kind of go actually. Go kind of way over to here, and then cast Bless on her, Ressig, and our new friend. For some reason that is red on her. Bless. Because she wants to, make sure that everybody's a little bit more ready to go, and then with the remaining movement, she'll back off.
Okay, so everybody feels your warm embrace of magic as you cast Bless. Step to the back, waiting to see what happens. This troll here, Merc, you watch as some of the damage that you did starts to seal up.
Blasted.
As this troll is going to go full hog. All 3 attacks on you. Claw, bite. 2 of these, 1 of these. Boom, boom, boom. So let's see, a 21 on the bite and a 24 on one of the claws.
Is it so it's claw bite, or is it bite first?
It's claw bite. So,
so
14 misses, 24 hits, and then a
21 will
21.
hit.
Okay,
21
so
will just hit.
here comes the claw first. That is going to be 10 points of slashing damage.
Concentration, I do get a D4 on this.
Then the bat. And then the bite does 10 points of damage as well.
D4 on this. We ain't losing concentration, but we're hurting.
Good. Alright, this troll here is going to focus on the biggest target. And that is Ressig. Claw bite coming at you.
Biggest target. Damn it.
Claw 1, say 18 on the die, so 25. 13 on the second one misses. And then a 9 on the bite, so just 1 claw coming at you.
All right.
$12 points of slashing damage.
All right.
Oh, and this guy seems to heal a bit. That's gonna be Tamlin's turn. Tamlin is going to take her torch and stab this guy in the face. Try to continue distracting him. I'll just make a regular rapier roll.
He's
Would
an
it
additional D4.
Would it to be at advantage too?
Oh yeah, it is. And I need to not target you.
Please no.
14. Let's see. 14 does not hit. She swishes this torch up in this thing's face, trying to throw some distraction, and it seems to kind of like cower and like swat at it a bit. But you see that she is taking on, aggro. So this thing is now paying attention to both, especially the person waving the flames in his face. Ressig, it's your turn. You just watched as some of the wounds that you just inflicted healed up. Tamlin is trying her best to offer assistance. What do you do?
Bonus action first. I will pop Hill Giant, so I am resistant to the demies, and then get to smacking. Because Ressig got no fire.
All
He
right.
just has a big ass war pick to throw in their face.
Yeah, you invoke this hill ruin, and once again, like stone starts to come up from the ground and build up over your flesh and your armor, solidifying you a little bit more. And you see an opening as Tamlin swishes the torch towards this thing's face. It recoils, leaving itself wide open for your critical hit right there.
$24 points, oh demies.
You strike right underneath its jaw, your pick piercing the skin. And you pull a bit, you hear a loud pop as you dislocate its jaw, and you send gouts of blood just spewing down the front of it. It is bloodied.
Alright, second attack. Coming backhand again with the pick. 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Alright, don't get the extra. Max damage for 15 points of piercing damage.
This thing staggers back, its jaw hanging loosely from its socket. It's looking badly hurt. It's on death's door, but still standing.
Alright. That's... No, it's not. Action surge. All over again.
Action surge!
27 to hit.
27 hits.
Well, minimum damage. 8 points of piercing damage.
Staggers back a little bit more. It's teetering. It's on
20
death's door.
28 to hit.
28 hits.
Uh, 15 points.
Finish this troll.
As I see the troll pulling its attention away from me because of the fire, Ressig's just gonna go into that flurry of attacks, smashing the war pick into it from every angle, finishing him with one straight up through the broken jaw and up into the skull. And then I got some movement. I can get up, charge it. Nope.
Difficult terrain to get through there.
Okay, so 10, 20, 5, 35. Wait, would be one more. Alright. That's 10, 20, 5, 35.
Yeah. All right. Good
That's my turn.
stuff. Okay. Bluey comes up from behind, is going to
Unleash the steel chair.
unleash the steel chair. Hooves, but we'll call them claws. Advantage. 19 will hit. And Bluey does 12 points of damage to the troll. who is having a bad time. Merc, this troll is bloodied. He is standing, but he still has a bit of fight left to him. Unless you can take him out right now.
Seeing Ressa coming up, Merc is going to slide around the troll. He's doing a little bit of shuffle. And we're gonna unleash some advantage attacks of our own.
One to hit.
A bomb.
How big is it, Bonk? Oh, y'all are rolling hot for
Bonk!
damage tonight, y'all.
And a second big bomb.
He's teetering. He's on death's door. He's hanging out on
will-
the stoop, ringing the doorbell. Can you send him on to the afterlife?
We'll put a level 1 crit into this.
Let's
Smite
see.
into this. And
Not with damage like
damage.
that, we can't.
You know, 10 hold points on my smited attack.
Alright, still standing.
Merc will make eye contact with it.
Alright, it's like
And-
snarling and mashing around. It's got you and Bluey on its side. It's just throwing limbs all over the place. Millie, what do you do?
Miller's gonna get into firing range, so she can see. Call it one more. There.
Yeah, a little hard to see past Ressig, and you see this thing thrashing around. It's got to have a little bit of a bonus on any type of attack you
sniper.
make here.
Spell sniper.
It's still gonna have
Well, Millie's just gonna remember from a book that she read that trolls are susceptible to fire. So if she's like, they probably have got that, but I'd rather make sure that this one's okay. And she's just gonna look at the one kind of at her feet, and she's just gonna launch a firebolt at it.
love it.
23 to hit.
23 hits.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yes, the other part of the roll.
9.
9 points of damage. You flick this. Did not. Who did I apply that to?
You shot the one at her feet.
Oh. There we go. You launch this firebolt right underneath Restig's like shoulder, in between the shoulder and her torso, and it impacts this troll who's like thrashing about. It starts to burn a bit, and it's still thrashing, still standing, badly hurt. Anything else there, Millie? Okay. The troll is going to make a last-ditch effort. It's going to claw at Bluey.
Not Bluey!
I'm going to say it's going to have disadvantage on these because it's just wildly thrashing.
I'll remember you, Bluey, too.
17 to hit Bluey. Bluey is dust because it only has 1 HP, right?
No, it has Warhorse. 19.
so full actual stats then. Okay. Bluey takes 10 points of damage.
It sprays out all of the blood.
All of the blood. And then the claw, another claw is going to go towards Merc. Misses. And then this thing is just going to try to coup de grace the warhorse with its bite.
No, Bluey! No! My baby boy!
Yeah.
Oh, it's just... Bluey has 19 HP.
Bluey is dust.
Is he technically dead or just wounded on the
It's just gone. It's a summoned animal. He just poofs into nothingness. This troll then, like, after just swinging around, just looking at you guys, it's like, and he's going to take off for the back door here.
I will come blah blah blah. Give it a +10.
Okay,
Take
Channel
it.
Divinity.
Yeah.
Channel Divinity, yeah, just as this thing is moving, go ahead and finish it.
Like Merc like clubs it in the back of the leg and just keeps bashing his way up it as he gets to the brain and just like is almost like kneeling on his shoulders and starts slamming it, going, "You killed my fucking Drake!"
Yeah, as like you're moving your way up, like you club in the back of the leg, it falls down, it's crawling forward frantically, just, and you smash, and you're just hearing just bones and just like just bones snap, and then you finally get to the back of the head and you bring down the hammer, and it just goes, and just silence. Tamerlane looks at Ressig and then looks at this thing and says, "Did you help me drag these things in here? Put these doors back up, quick. I hear people coming."
I'll help. While I'm still big, just start heaving the troll in.
Yeah, you drag the troll in there.
Billy will
Tamerlane.
opening the door.
Yeah, you guys heave the doors up into their hitches, and Tamerlane's like, "Just wait right here. Just keep quiet. I'll send whoever it is back to bed." And they step outside, shut the door behind them, and you can hear like a couple of the gruff voices that you heard from earlier in the day. Clearly, some of Tamerlane's sheriffs. And like, "Everything okay? Tamerlane, you alright?" "Yeah, everything's fine. One of the horses got spooked and caused a whole uproar. Don't worry about it. Everything is fine. Just go back to bed. Thank you for coming so quickly. Everything's fine." And they're like, "Are you sure? Like, we heard a lot of ruckus." Like, "Yes, it's fine. It's one of the newcomers' horses. Do you know how they get when they're in a new place, separated from their owners? It's fine. We have it handled." "All right. Well, good night then." "Good night, gentlemen. I'll see you in the morning." And then, after a moment, Tamerlane peeks back in, shuts the door behind her, kind of leans against it, and she's like, "Whew." I got a sigh of relief. And she's like, "Boy, am I glad that you guys were here. I didn't think they'd come into town. But these trolls, well, they seem to be becoming more and more of a problem. You said you got, companions and Nonars, right? Something that you might want to look into for me?"
I think we can handle that.
Certainly are willing to help people in need. And you've shown us a kindness today.
Well, you definitely repaid the favor. So, as long as I'm concerned, whenever you guys are here in Common Horns, you got a free place to stay. Especially if you can help me with this. And she goes on to tell you that lately, the troll activity from the Evermores has been on the rise. She's not sure why. You know, they've had to deal with it every now and then, but it's been becoming more frequent. And she's like, I know you were trying to do some, shopping around here. And like I said, we have general goods and whatnot. And, feel free to check about the town in the morning. But I've got a friend in Everland. If you're gonna head that way, if you're looking for real shoppings, if you could find out for me what the hell's going on with these trolls, I give you a letter of recommendation. They'll take care of you inside there, over at Everland. It'll be the least I could do.
That would be lovely.
Well, try and hold out. We got a day's travel at least back to Noanar, and then, assuming everything's going as we hope, a day to come back before we'd really be able to help. So, will you be able to?
Right? Yeah. I mean, I think we'll be okay. I think I've got an idea to at least scare other trolls away for the meantime. Just store these guys in that stable that your Drake was in. I'm sorry it fell.
Merc is like lined the troll's head up and is like just fucking golf swinging into it right now.
Well, hey, don't destroy the head a little too much there, friend. We'll need it for a bit of a warning. I'll have my men go out there in the morning, and we'll display a little message if you catch my drift. Yeah. Maybe if anything, that'll if it doesn't deter them, at least they're cannibals, so they'll eat each other. So maybe they'll have a feast for. She kind of just shudders at the thought. We don't need to get graphic with it. Thank you again so much. You have no idea how much you just helped me there. I think everything here's fine. Horses are settling. I think we can return back to bed. I'm dreadfully sorry about this.
No worries.
It's okay.
It's not something we're unaccustomed to.
Merc is gonna use his lay on hands to heal up.
Heal the troll.
Heal the troll. Get that troll back up. He wants to kill it again.
Troll comes up. So yeah, you heal yourself.
Oh, I bodied myself.
Well,
Merc.
Millie will double check and make sure everybody's okay physically too, as she does.
I think I could use a little bit of pick me up. Not too much. I'll heal some when we rest, but still.
Alright, well, we can handle that off air as you guys.
Millie will also ask her if she feels okay and if she needs anything.
Oh no, I'm fine. It hadn't touched me. Luckily, I can't overstate the fact how lucky I was that y'all came into town this night. It's I mean, me and the boys could have probably handled these here. Been a little bit more of a fight, but well, the fact that you got here so quickly, I do appreciate it. But no, I'm fine. Thanks to you.
Glad we were able to help.
Yeah.
But I do need some more rest.
Oh yeah. Well, y'all get your rest. And I'll see you in the morning.
See you in the morning. Good night.
Take care.
And you see she, instead of turning to go into the inn, she turns to go back to the direction where the voices disappeared off to. Probably going to tell somebody they have a cleanup in the morning. But you guys return back to bed. The adrenaline wearing off finally allows you to close your eyes. And as the morning arises. Zurag and Adelaide, you are awoken to by pounding at your door. My lord! My lord, my lady!
What is it?
Travelers on the main road, heading this way.
What was that?
Travelers on the main road, heading this way.
Zurag will jump out of bed and run out, probably still just in his underwear.
Adelaide will get up. Travelers? Is it a bad thing? What kind of travelers are we talking about?
It's like a caravan. We can see it from the keep.
Have they ever come here before? Do you recognize the caravan?
No.
All right, well, let's get going then to see who these people are.
So you follow Jeeves, and he takes you to the top of the keep where you guys can see over a bit of a distance farther than you could see from the ground, and you can indeed see a caravan coming through. It looks like to be multiple carts being pulled by these bipedal creatures. And Adelaide, as you look out, even from this distance, you recognize these carts. And one name comes to your mind. Ephraim Tauroa.
And it's gonna turn into a bird and fly the fuck away.
And that's where we end tonight's session.
With a long rest, right? For
Yes.
the people in the back. Ah, yes. Like this
You guys
beautiful button.
need any
Hey.
more HP before I rest?
No, that would have got me up.
Merc.
I'm doing math. How much do you heal again? I always get this wrong. It's half your level plus your con, right?
Yeah, write it down. No, it's pinned. Like I said, we'll handle this off air.
Okay.
I hope everybody had fun tonight. Thank you, chat, for sticking around and watching. Thank you to my players as always. We will see what happens next time. Next Sunday, I believe. Maybe, I don't remember. Are we
It's
playing
2
next
Sundays
Sunday?
from now, right?
Two
No.
Sundays from now. When are we playing?
On the 15th? Yeah, 16th. Is it?
16. So yeah, so we will not be playing next Sunday. We won't be playing this as people have life, but we will be playing the 16th. Cool beans. So we'll
Come
see
join us
you
tomorrow, though.
guys. You can come join us tomorrow. Yeah, we always got stuff going on. But yeah, we'll be tomorrow. We'll be I'm doing Primrose tomorrow because I want it.
That's okay.
So come see us tomorrow for some gothic horror chicanery. And we'll see you guys back in the Reign of Storms on the 16th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, or as we like to call around here, the right time, the cool people time, the time that everybody should use. I am Vader the Mad, your DM. This is Disorderly Decisions, and the disorder has been in abundance. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Good
Thanks
night,
for
everyone.
watching.
Good
All
night.
right, everybody together now. Disorder! Disorder! Disorder!
Take care.
When I came the sun.